Right, hello wine drinking people, back with more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and as promised, this was what we had in the store pretty much yesterday. The Count from Buena Vista was in, and you know, this is a very historically significant winery, Buena Vista, and leave it to Jean-Charles Boisset, the gentleman that just bought this winery, to come up with some crazy idea like this, like to bring somebody back from the dead to help promote this winery and to tell the story of Buena Vista. You know, there's many colorful characters in the wine industry, and Augustin Harasti, definitely one of the most colorful. And the gentleman that is the actor that plays the part, just done an incredible job. He was in character the whole night when we had him in here last year. We've got a video up on YouTube if you want to check out his presentation there. And we should have interviewed him here the other day because he really does, in addition to playing the Count as an actor, this guy knows California viticultural history. He knows really quite a bit of a wine buff. And, you know, they're making very good wines at Buena Vista, but the best is still yet to come. You know, they don't have the original Ramal vineyard, although they are buying fruit from it. And Jean-Charles Boisset owns vineyards. So he's got Raymond Winery. He's got Deloche. So he's got vineyards all throughout Napa and Sonoma. And, hey, he just married Gina Gallo a few years back. So do you think he's got, if he needs some juice, the Gallos could find some for him? The most important thing is for them to create a consistent style with this winery and a consistent label. They brought back the old original labels, which is kind of cool. And this winery's been through several incarnations over the last few decades. But if anybody can bring it back, Jean-Charles Boisset can, and you know, all the vineyard land that he has got, he's turning into organic or biodynamically farmed stuff because he's really into that. Being from Burgundy, you know, a lot of people there now are really going back to what they used to do 30, 40 years ago instead of using pesticides and herbicides. Hey, if you spray poison on the vineyards, you're not going to make great wine, or wines that are, the vineyard's not going to live that long and be very healthy. Anyways, so where's the juices coming from for these Buena Vista wines? Maybe not quite as important as the style, and like I said, the story coming back of this famous character in the wine business, Augustin Harasti, and the newest incarnation of Buena Vista. I think the best is still yet to come. The Sauvignon Blanc here, a great little value, and unfortunately 2011 was not a great vintage. It rained in October, and for 3 days, 3 inches of rain. It was very cold, and you're going to get a lot of wines. They just don't have a lot of really ripe fruit in 2011. I guess you can't generalize. There are 14, 15 different AVAs in Napa, and even more than that in Sonoma. And this wine's got a nice amount of melon and white grapefruit citrus, very fresh and clean, a note of green herbs there you get from Sauvignon Blanc. David Ramey is now the consulting winemaker. This wine's 100% stainless steel, so very fresh and really clean wine, really short but pleasant finish, and you know, for $15, a really nice little value Sauvignon Blanc, and one that leaves your tongue salivating for food. One of the things we love about Sauvignon Blanc, that little briny note on the finish. All right, the Buena Vista Chardonnay from Carneros. As I mentioned before, this is a new throwback label to the original. Very forward wine with lovely tropical fruit, a whiff of vanilla spice, creme brulee-like notes, a third new oak used in this, so you do get some of that nice, rich oak spice in the nose. And made by Jeff Stewart. This was before David Ramey came on. He's 2010, I think, was his first vintage. But a very fresh and bright style of Chardonnay with a lot of tree fruit, apples and pears, and just a little hint of that cinnamon and vanilla spice coming through on the finish. A very good little Chardonnay, just under $20. And then the Pinot Noir Carneros. This wine's got lovely black raspberry fruit, cherry, brown spice, and pretty floral notes. Very forward and seductive. You know, an entry-level cuvee. And as I mentioned before, this is a blend of their own estate fruit and some purchase fruit as well. Fresh black raspberry fruit on the tongue. A nice zesty spice and pretty floral notes. Short but pleasant finish. A very good little Pinot Noir, $25. And we've got the Sonoma Cab from 2011. A little bit of Merlot mixed in here. This wine's very fruit-forward, raspberry, red currant fruit, kind of light red berry fruit in this for a cab, some wild herb notes. And, you know, like I said, 2011, a very difficult vintage. And you notice that light savoriness in this wine. Not a lot of really ripe fruit, but still a pleasant wine. Light tannins, a short, pleasant finish. Good little wine for $15. And then we've got Count, which is you know, this red blend that they've created with the Count's likeness on it. Is a blend of mostly Merlot with some Syrah and Zinfandel in the blend. And you know how I feel about Zinfandel, but hey, if you use it in the blend, I mean, it can make a wine a little more interesting, I guess. Anyways, it's got some red plum and cherry fruit here on the nose, a touch of Tostio spice, a little bit of wild herb and earth showing on the nose. Very fresh and fruity on the palate. This wine is a real crowd pleaser. Has a nice balance to it, a nice zest and freshness on the finish. For a heavyweight at 14.5 6.5% alcohol. All the other wines considerably more lean in the alcohol department, but very good stuff. And that's what we had to drink with the Count from Buena Vista. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.